Hi, I'm Daniel Peck, and welcome to Live at the Bop Stop. Stephen Philip Harvey's work sits squarely at the intersection of popular culture and jazz, and nothing better illustrates this than his recent release, Smash. For this project, celebrating the release of his album, Harvey uses contemporary big band writing styles and genre-blending idioms to bring comic book-inspired pieces to life. These compositions combine elements of big band, jazz, fusion, funk, rock, and cinematic scores to bring classic characters and scenes off the page. But wait, there's more. Sean Jones joins the group as a special guest on trumpet, and with a 6-year stint as lead trumpet in the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra and his time with the San Francisco Jazz Collective to his credit, Sean Jones graces the stage with his presence and his talent. From July 7th, 2022, it's the Stephen Philip Harvey Jazz Orchestra featuring special guest Sean Jones live at the Bop Stop.
is Dan Bruce on guitar, you heard from. Right behind him, Mr. Bobby Salvaggio on alto. My goodness. Hi, Bob Stop. Hi, Cleveland. What's up, guys? I'm going to move this out a tiny bit just so I can face you. Yeah, this is my first time playing here as leader, which is like really, really cool. It was me by myself. No one else did it. So me and this band behind me, the Stephen Philip Harvey Jazz Orchestra. It's like a narcissism thing. Don't worry. Released an album about 3 weeks ago called Smash. And sorry, I thought I caused a sound. It's a concept album of nerdy stuff, comic book superhero-y stuff, if you will. So when I was a child, I loved all of the Saturday morning cartoons that I would see. Unfortunately, I didn't get to have a comic book collection, but me and my friend in like first grade were like, we're going to become comic book artists. You see how that worked out. But my first like large ensemble project that I got to record, I thought, you know, it would be really great if someone did a record that was dedicated to these IPs, to these archetypes, to these characters that like now have become really, really popular. I mean, back in 2003, anyone else who was my age and like superheroes, you know that you couldn't go to school and be like, well, I was watching Spider-Man the other day. Like no one cared. And now everyone loves it, which is weird. So the first piece that you heard is Mechanical Men. It's after heroes like Iron Man, who has like a mechanical suit, or heroes like Vision, who's entirely an android, or people like Cyborg from DC Comics, who's like right down the middle. So all these pieces are modeled after these characters and these archetypes and are supposed to be that aesthetic, but they're not like ripped directly from any shows or movies that you've heard before. So it's like pseudo-cinematic jazz orchestra music. This next piece that you're going to hear is called Vigilante. So if you think of heroes like Batman, like Daredevil, they're both in their like individual cities, Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan, and then Gotham, the fictional city, and they have to protect their city at all costs. And like, never mind, I just love doing that voice. You're going to hear from the big band, from individual soloists throughout the big band. We're going to welcome out a special guest in a few moments, but this next one is Vigilante. trumpet back there. Yeah. This is his first time playing with us, and it won't be the last. His brother Clint and him have a band together called the Blau Brothers. They're a wonderful fusion group. They're both wonderful players in their own right. Him, a trumpet player, and his brother, a saxophonist. His brother's on the record in the Barry chair, and like, you should be on the next one, man. Oh my God, that was killer. So yeah, that was our Batman piece. So if you don't like Batman, that wasn't for you. I'm sorry. This next one. Oh man, I lied to someone. I told someone that they were after the second piece. They're after the third piece. This next one's our piano feature. So this next one is our flight piece. So if you're often talking about superheroes, someone will come to you and be like, "What's your superpower? If you could have any superpower?" And some people will be like, I want laser vision. I don't know why you want that. I want to be able to teleport. Teleport yourself inside of like the middle of a building. I can fly. Ooh, appealing. So I wrote a piece that was like, what if you could fly? This is going to feature Alex Ayers on piano, and yeah, this is called Zephyr. I'm glad you were able to, oh wow, to take us on a journey there. Yeah, takeoff and landing. So a lot of you probably read the billing of this and you're like, well, I don't see that guy up here. There is a special guest that we were lucky enough to have all the way from Baltimore. A lot of you, if you've been coming to the Bob Stop for many a year, might have seen him here before. If you've ever traveled to Pittsburgh, you might have seen him before as well. But there's this guy who graduated from the Dana School of Music in the early 2000s who's been like killing the game ever since. Right now, he's the director of jazz studies at Peabody University. And for a lot of us, especially the people who graduated from the Dana School of Music, have been hearing him and hearing about him for many a year. And we were lucky enough to have him with us tonight. This next tune is going to feature Dan Bruce on guitar again, but it's also going to feature our very special guest, Mr. Sean Jones. We have some more music in the second set that was specifically written for him tonight and for the next couple of days. But we'll get to that in a bit. This next piece is still a superhero piece. So we're still in that vein. Hero's Journey, your next piece, is more about the creed, the hero's creed. So if you think about Spider-Man and why he does what he does, with great power comes great responsibility, or the words of Jonathan Kent to Superman about like, because you have what you do what you do. And in some iterations, him dying, they learn their lessons in a very, very large way that they're responsible for the world around them. And that's not necessarily just a superpowered thing, it's like an ethical thing for all of us. So Hero's Journey is about the hero's creed and the hero's journey to become a hero. So hopefully, like, you know, you're your own hero in your own part and can empathize with this song. This is Hero's Journey.
There's more Live at the Bop Stop right after this.
Have you ever wanted to sit down with musicians and pick their brains? Ask questions like, how did you get your start? What keeps you motivated to create and play? What do you do outside of music that inspires you? Or what advice do you have for aspiring musicians? If you want the answers to those questions from a plethora of musicians and other creatives, listen to the podcast Extra Musical, hosted by me, Stephen Philip Harvey. Every Monday, we sit down with a new musician to ask them these questions in an open-ended conversation, and you'd be surprised where it leads. Extra Musical airs on your preferred podcast provider.
You're listening to Stephen Philip Harvey with special guest Sean Jones, live at the Bop Stop.
All right, Dan Bruce on guitar and Mr. Sean Jones on trumpet. What is a hero without their villain? Someone who's really bored. So if you ever... Feedback, the one true villain, my arch nemesis. You've shown your head again. Yeah, you think it's that? Yep, that's fine. Yeah. Sorry, we're just talking shop up here. Anyways, what was I saying? Nefarious plots. That's the name of the next piece. So the next piece is our villain piece, right? Because without the villains, they just sit around and, I don't know, target practice. The heroes, that is. So I thought about the trope with villains. Have you ever watched like an old spy movie or like any other type of like literature with a hero, and they capture them, and they're like, now that I have you in my trap, I must tell you my evil plan. So this is like about that, right? The nefarious plot. This is going to feature our entire trombone section. I'm going to introduce the band after this next one, and then we have one more before we have a break. This is our talking trombone piece, Nefarious Plots. don't know about that ending. I think the villain won in it, you know? Like, oh my gosh. So the entire trombone section, we're gonna start with them, then we're gonna introduce the rest of the band just in case any of you need to skedaddle and can't stay for the second set. Morgan Wynn on trombone. Reggie Watkins on lead trombone. Jim Weltman on trombone. And holding it down on bass trombone, Mr. Eric Dregney. Okay, cool. For a moment, I was like, is the entire trombone section Dana graduates? But no, Reggie ruined that. Okay, so we have more people in the band, so let's introduce them. Dr. Jason Cush on tenor sax. Ronell Regis on alto sax. Recent graduate from Kent State University. Ah. Funny enough, his old teacher sitting beside him, Bobby Silveggio, on alto sax. Max, did you just graduate too? Or last year? Yeah, just last year. So Oberlin grad, Mr. Max Schlang. I think that's his family right there. Yeah, Schlangs. That's a cool last name. Ah, yeah. Mr. Jared Sims on, Dr. Jared Sims on Barry sax and bass clarinet. Yeah. A lot of educators, a lot of recent graduates in this band. In the trumpet section, again, Mr. Sean Jones on trumpet. J.D. Chasen on trumpet. Yeah. That's another duo of old teacher and student. Yeah. Yeah, taught him everything he knows. Yeah. So thank God for J.D. or Sean wouldn't, play it. It's a joke. Tim Coyne on lead trumpet. Kyle O'Donnell on trumpet. And again, Mr. Adam Blyle on trumpet. Our rhythm section, we wouldn't be anywhere without him, or we'd be like that Jacob Garchick big band. No one's in the know for that big band? Jacob Garchick, I think is his last name, Garchick. Go look up that album. It's a rhythmless big band. It's so dope. Dan Bruce on guitar. Alex Ayers on piano. The cute Rasputin, Dustin May on drums. Holding it down, way down low, we have Vinny Vivacqua on bass. So this last piece for our first set is the titular piece of the album, Smash, and it is called Smash. So this is our super strength piece, right? So if you think about heroes like Superman, Captain Marvel, the Hulk, so they can range from looking super muscular to just having super strength or absolutely gargantuan. But super strength is a really big and really reoccurring, popular superpower for heroes in comics. So this is dedicated to that and those fun, funky call-outs that you see in comic books. So this is our last piece for the first set. It's going to feature Jared Sims on Barry, and again, Sean Jones on trumpet. This is Smash. I'm not even joking. One of my favorite things to do for students is to like freestyle what we're doing for the day, and tell you, high schoolers, they love it so much. They don't. So usually I would like just go play, and we'd play. But I like explaining this piece specifically because it's like a weirder concept and one that you can associate with a lot more, because this is about non-superpowered beings, right? So unless any of you have some hidden talents or some secrets, we all associate with that non-superpowered moment. If you've ever watched the 2012 movie The Avengers, there's a character in it called the Waitress. So, you know, it passes the Bechdel test. Thank you. No one ever laughs at that joke. Right. So the Waitress is a character played by Ashley Johnson. She's this really awesome actress and voice actress. And she's saved by Captain America about 3 or 4 times in the movie. And you see her in the movie before the attack. And so they have a visual association with each other. They don't necessarily know each other. But you see her in a regular working job. And then you see her during the attack or the Battle of New York in her job, like freaking out because, you know, there's aliens attacking the planet. And I wondered, what would it be like if you were just, you know, chilling at work? Maybe you're a CPA, maybe you're a choir teacher, maybe you're a security guard at a bank, and then just stuff pops off, right? Lasers, aliens. What would you do? Like, you're not super strong. You don't have some hidden secret abilities. So how do you survive? What are those feelings like? So this is that feeling of being powerless in mass hysteria and all the things flying around you. So this is called projectile dysfunction. Why do people laugh at that? I don't get it. right, Reggie Watkins on trombone. And Bobby Salvaggio on alto sax. So this next piece is our magical piece. Have any of you guys seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness yet? That was crazy. The first time, or like the most recent time I played this was right after it came out, and I was just like floored when I was introducing this piece. If you haven't seen that movie yet, go see it. Anyways, this is our magical piece that's after characters like that. Doctor Strange, Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, or people like Zatanna, Zatara, Dr. Fate in the DC comics. So the people who are on the more like mystical side of things with their charms and their relics and their trapped in a helmet forever type thing. That's Dr. Fate's thing, if you guys don't know. So this is going to feature Jason Cush on tenor saxophone, but this is our magical mystical piece called The Mystics. Were you about to jack this whole thing up? Were you about to jack this whole thing?
I mystically lost the third page.
Jason Cush on tenor saxophone. Yeah. 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 One of the great things about the region that we live in is we're blessed with like a lot of really, really talented, really, really dedicated musicians and educators throughout our region. Yeah, and I'm lucky enough that a lot of them agree to play in this big band. So give another round of applause for everyone up here. We got a couple more for you. This next one is a new original. This is actually the first time it's going to be played in public. This is a piece that is dedicated to the the concept of the multiverse. So I just talked about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Recently, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has delved into the multiverse as a concept cinematically, but it's been a thing in the comic books for well over like 50 years. So the thought of there being second Earths or second galaxies or second parallel universes and realities to ours is always something that's really interesting. But this is going to feature, again, our special guest who is here all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, Mr. Sean Jones on trumpet. Sean Jones on trumpet. If you're, yeah. Wait, no, keep it going. Keep it going. It is so hard not to swear right now. If you're having fun, we're having fun too. This is crazy. So this next one is the only not original composition on the set. So all of the people up here, a lot of the people up here have their own recording projects, compose their own music, whether it's for small group, whether it's for large group, and lead their own bands. And Mr. Jones is no exception to that. So this is a piece of his. When I contacted him about this, we were like, yeah, we'll get this going. I was like, any pieces you like that like you would want to play on of yours? And he was like, yeah, I got this great ballad, Love's Lullaby. What's the other one called? There's a second piece. It was like after this one. Love's Fury. Yeah. It's like these two duo pieces, but they're on two different albums. Like Love's Lullaby. What? I wasn't gonna say that part. Oh yeah. So Love's Lullaby. Love's Lullaby is an original piece by Sean Jones that I arranged for the big band to feature him again. So this is gonna feature again Mr. Sean Jones on trumpet. This is his original ballad, Love's Lullaby. Love's Lullaby, an original composition by Sean Jones. So we have one more for you. Yeah, right? Yeah, we have one more for you. Uno más, yes. Uno más canción en este concert. I don't know concert in Spanish. This last one is the only piece that's on the album. If you don't know about the album, I talked about it earlier, but we released a big band album about 3 weeks ago called Smash. Snap. Oh my gosh. So it's for sale over there. If you see a beautiful woman with purple hair at the bottom of her blonde hair, that woman's name is Kelly Harvey. It's not a coincidence that we have the same last name. We're married. So she's selling albums over there. Yeah. She's a phenomenal oboist, but an even better educator. So give it a round of applause for her. Yeah. Can I just brag on her for a second? So we live in Maryland, and she just won the state award for Maryland Educator of the Year. So, like, right? Killing the game. I'm sorry, what? Oh, music. She's like Music Educator of the Year. Yeah, specifically Music Educator. Right, yeah. Anyways, this last piece is called Party Song. A couple of us who are on stage and in the crowd tonight were in a group that is called SPH8 in the original iteration of it, and I introduced this song to them in 2017 under the title of because I didn't have a name for it yet, right? But when I came up with this concept, I was like, man, I'd love to do a big band arrangement of that song, but shucks, it doesn't fit into the theme, so I made it fit. So this, if you think of like, what's that called? Avengers: Age of Ultron. The party scene, yeah, where they're all like around. And it's like the first time you see your heroes like chilling. They just like defeated their enemy. It's at the beginning of the movie, so you know they didn't. They just defeated their enemy, and they're like chilling. This is what that vibe is like. So this is a party. I'm glad you guys came out tonight to hear us at the Bop Stop. Thank you, Bop Stop, for having us. It was wonderful to hear all the great things. Yeah. Yeah, it was wonderful to hear all the great things that they're doing. This is going to feature a couple people, but I'm going to throw a curveball. Sean, you're going to play on this. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. I like that new salute emoji that came out recently. I keep using that. Anyways, the two people who know the change are going to know the change, but this is going to feature J.D. Chasen on trumpet, a couple of saxophonists that we'll introduce afterwards, and this is called Party Song. Max Schlenk on tenor saxophone. Ronald Regis on alto saxophone. J.D. Chasen on trumpet. Sean Jones on trumpet. Saxophone sessions, Jason Cush, Ronald Regis, Bobby Salvaggio, Max Schlenk, Jared Sims. Trombones, we have Morgan Wynn, Reggie Watkins, Jim Weltman, Eric Tregney, Adam Blyle on trumpet, Kyle O'Donnell on trumpet, Tim Coyne on trumpet, J.D. Chasen on trumpet, Sean Jones on trumpet, and the rhythm section, last but not least, we have AAA Alex Austin Ayers, Dan Bruce on guitar, Vinny Bavacqua on bass, and Dustin May. I'm Stephen Philip Harvey. Thank you guys for coming out. That's our last song for the night. You guys have a great rest of your night, Cleveland. Thank you. I got albums for sale, y'all.
Live at the Bop Stop is made possible by the Music Settlement, serving Northeast Ohio by offering music instruction, music therapy, and early childhood education since 1912. The Music Settlement's mission is to welcome all to our music and arts community to learn, create, inspire, and heal. This program is recorded at the Robert Conrad Studios at the Bop Stop in Cleveland, Ohio, and the studios of KUNV in Las Vegas, Nevada. Additional production at the Bop Stop is provided by Graham Rosen. Editing for WOBC, WNPA, and the Public Radio Exchange is provided by Dr. Pete Nagley, and for our podcast and other radio affiliates by Sean Gilbert at Gilazar Media. The executive producer is Daniel Peck, with additional consulting production by Brian Kennard and Gabe Pollock on behalf of the Music Settlement. For extended versions of all of our shows, our Live at the Bop Stop podcast can be found on your favorite podcast app or visit our website at www.themusicsettlement.org and click on the Bop Stop link. To reach out directly, email us at liveatthebopstop@gmail.com. I'm Daniel Peck. Join me again next time, live at the Bop Stop.